Alright, welcome back to the video, guys. So today's gonna be a quick little video, and I'm gonna show you why my 350Z and 350Z in general is pretty much like the best car that you can get for drifting, even if you just want a nice car. Right off the bat, first thing, they're somewhat cheap. Even though the market is still kind of going up there, they're definitely cheaper than 240s right now. If you guys saw, so I got this one from Eliminate Randy and them for a really good deal and way cheaper than anybody would have probably gotten a shell for. You have like around 200 something horsepower, I want to say, if you get it tuned and all that good stuff. And you can see the little blemishes there, but that's okay. You get around like 200 something horsepower, and that's more than enough compared to like a 240, which has around like 120, 130 on a good day, if that. Yeah, the horsepower, it's two-door. The wheelbase on it is pretty good. Drift mods on it are super simple, especially now that everybody has a Z to drift compared to, well, not as much as an S chassis, but it's somewhat all there. I did this. This was a super budget drift build. I'm gonna tell you guys what I did really quick. So it is actually nice. The Z is actually a nice car, even though despite its age, for this is an 03 here. You got your oil pressure gauges, you got a couple of good gauges there. You can go around through the different stuff on this setting here. I mean, yeah, for a two-door, you got the little cockpit style here, and yeah, I love it. Heated seats, black interior, leather, so this has all the good stuff. Like I said, it has the horsepower already. You can make it somewhat drift ready for very cheap. So on the 350Zs, all you really need to do is grind away at the bump stops, because the bump stops are almost like 2 inches. You could take that whole 2-inch off, spend 200 bucks on the GK Tech angle kit, and there you go. This thing has really good angle. I'll show some clips here of it drifting. This thing drifts phenomenally. And yeah, I've had literally over 40 laps with this car. This thing has held me down, stock everything. This thing is bone stock. All it has is just the drift setup, BC coils, and a hydro. Super cheap parts, dual caliper setup and everything is around like 400 bucks. That's including the lines, the caliper, the brakes, even the handbrake up here, all that good stuff. Pretty much what I touched on in the beginning, the price on it. The price on it is very cheap. You could literally buy one for around, I would say right now in the market for like $5,000, which isn't crazy for today's market. And like I said, that ties in with the amount of horsepower that it has, 200 something horsepower, $5,000. You have the wheelbase on it to make it drift ready. You have the angle kit and everything. I literally spent only $1,000 on this car to make it drift ready. Well, this car came from Cali, so this thing is super clean underneath. I took out every single bolt on the rear when I was doing the welded diff and all that stuff. Even the fluid in the diff was super clean in it. Even though it does have like little mishaps, paint fade, this thing has not seen rain. Well, at least over here it has, but it has like paint fade, all that stuff there. But I would rather take faded paint over rusted parts any day. And this is literally the best seat time car. And I guess number 5 would just be tying everything in. I guess you could say for number 5, it doesn't look too bad, even though it kind of looks like a frog or a ladybug or a cockroach, I don't even know. But it honestly doesn't look too bad. You have a variety of kits, so that could actually tie into number 5, where you have an abundant amount of parts, just as the S chassis. You have so many parts just as the S chassis. The Z is definitely like the next 240 in the drift world, on top of with like BMWs and stuff like that. I definitely think it's probably the best drift car, like I said a bunch of times already. You got the power, you got the wheelbase. They're pretty cheap cars, and I don't know, I love this one. Shout out to Randy and all the guys and Danny who sold me this car, and I've been having so much fun with this. Literally, I've done 40 laps back to back, no problem. Stock radiator, just angle mods, coilovers. That is all I did to it. Well, and the hydro as well, which you don't need. But like I said, I'm just having so much fun with this car, and I've literally taken all the laps that I've had with this car, probably in the 2 years of drifting. I've definitely gotten more. But that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to give you a quick little rundown. If you guys want, pick up a Z if you can. 240s, they're already outdated unless you're swapping them and you got the money for them. But 240s right now, they're insane. They're going for like $8,000-$9,000 for clapped out, 120 horsepower, if that. Plus, you gotta upgrade a bunch of all the bushings and all that stuff. Just get yourself a Z, or a nice E36, or if you got money, get an FRS or BRZ. But I'll stick by the Z, and stay tuned for more, guys.